All right, hello and welcome to GameOsu round of 32, the winner's bracket match between fieryrage and idke. I'm your commentator Monko2K, and joining me is another familiar voice.
Is it? I don't know. I'm new.
Who's that guy?
Hello, I'm Ozu. Yeah. Anyway, this is like should be a pretty damn good match, to be honest. This is like both of these guys are probably top 4 in this tournament, and they're meeting in round of 32 somehow.
This should probably be the most exciting match of this stage. Actually, I'm not sure because there were quite a few matches that went to tiebreaker, but that was not from everyone FCing. Here, I think we're gonna be seeing quite a few double FCs, especially given the round. It's only round of 32, as you said, and yeah, I have no idea where this match will go because there's really no advantages towards either side. Like, normally I'd say fieryrage would definitely have kind of a disadvantage on DT. idke is pretty good at that now, but even at this stage, fieryrage is like, as long as he can aim, he's good. He'll double tap his way to a 93% FC, and that's all he needs. So I have no idea how this is gonna go.
Yeah, but to be honest, even on this pool, it's still a fairly early round, right? So I don't even think he needs to double tap or anything, right? So he has the accuracy to match idke on most of the maps, right? I have a feeling a lot of these maps are going to come down to accuracy battles.
Yeah, definitely. Although in that regard, I would think idke does have a slight advantage on DT, but even like earlier in the tryout pool, fieryrage can burst now, and that is crazy. So get ready for an exciting match. I will note earlier idke, I think, ran to the store to buy a new cable for his tablet, so he was having technical difficulties. Hopefully those are resolved now, but both of these players very warm from playing a 2.5 hour long World Cup tryout session just prior to this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot longer than what people usually warm up for, I think, on average. The thing is, I think a lot of people, for a lot of people, it's kind of dangerous to warm up for too long as well, right? Like, eventually you just hit a point where you can't focus anymore, or, you know, your hands hurt or whatever, right? I hope there's no issues for these guys.
Before we say anything more, getting into the first picks and bans, Fiery did win the role, giving him the first pick and giving idke the first ban. idke gonna be banning Hard Rock 1, Fiery gonna be banning No More, as you would expect. Trying to avoid the most obvious case of an ACK battle on Firyrage's part, and idke, I'm not exactly sure what Hard Rock 1 is, so I cannot say anything for that. But Fiery gonna be going in with the first pick, No Mod.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be, I mean, this sounds like a fiery pick to me. For a Dead Girl Plus.
Yeah, I would definitely say it is something that fits Firyrage's skill set, but at the same time, idke's got practically the same skill set so both of these players known for getting insane tech map FCs much later in most turns. But yeah, here I think this should be fairly simple for both of these players. Gonna be honest, this is gonna be one of the rare cases where I'd expect both players to FC this map. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, the map picks up in difficulty a lot near the end, so we might see some slip-ups, but I personally see Fiery with the advantage on this one. But we'll see what happens. It is a fairly relaxing pick for, I don't know, the better part of 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, for now, not a whole lot going to be going on before this map picks up. Going to be matching accuracy on both sides. Not really a whole lot this. But as you said, slip-ups later, possible. But keep in mind, these two are likely to be some of the most hard-working tournament players in the scene at the moment. idke, known to practice map pools days on end if they're going to be like a difficult match, and Fiery, also known to do So both of these players gonna know exactly what parts are gonna give them a little bit of trouble, if any at all, and there you can be sure that they are going to put all of their focus and energy in.
Yeah, one thing I really like about both of these players in particular, or players that have that mindset, is that as you saw, like the ban phase and the pick phase was like instant. They know they have a plan, you know, they know what they're doing, they know what they're playing, they know what they want to do, and there's no like waiting around, you know. It's just like, what do we pick, you know? Like, no, they know what they're picking, right? So I think that makes it a lot more interesting to see each player's individual picks, because they're way more, I guess, curated to that player, right? Like, you know for sure if someone picks a map instantly, it's because they're good at it, right? Like, if someone takes their time, they're probably just like, I'll play this because it's a fun song or whatever, right? So.
And as we speak, the map begins to pick up. Both players still holding onto their FCs. idke with a slight accuracy advantage. fieryrage actually doing very well in terms of, which will net him.
Oh my god. Oh, that's like the worst place to decide to.
At exactly the halfway point in the map, idke gonna start running away with his score, still maintaining his FC despite his accuracy. As we enter the last third of the map, this is gonna be very difficult for Fire to come back from. idke would need to miss pretty much right now if anything were to change. Right now, idke looking as strong as ever.
Yeah, we're now getting into the hardest part of the map. There's a lot of act drop potentials just from, not even accuracy, just from the sliders because they go so fast, and we're already seeing a lot of hundreds from both of these. But yeah, idke's still comboing, so it doesn't look like it's gonna matter too much. I think he's gonna be winning the first pick here.
Yep, map only getting harder, and idke not phased at all by it. fieryrage also doing quite well despite his drop earlier, but that won't be enough given idke. Fiery finding another break there will ultimately seal the deal. Now just on idke to pull out this FC for some style.
It's actually kind of a shame for Fire. He only got 2 slider breaks, but he has the better accuracy by quite a big margin. Keep in mind his accuracy is already significantly higher, but he also has the 250s from the slider breaks, right? So his AC is probably somewhere like 99.4 or something without that. Like, he would have won that pick if it wasn't for those 2 breaks.
Unfortunately, it is a combo game, so idke will be netting the first break.
Yeah, solid FC on the first map.
Solid performances on both sides, actually. idke, though, with the... Next will be his own pick, so... Alright, and yep, he is fully prepared, pulling out DT2, flashback trip syndrome. This is not quite 10.3. I think this is like AR 8.6 DT or something, because it's AR 10.1 with DT. I have no idea what that actually is.
Yeah, somewhere between some AR number. Yeah, it's not exactly a common DT approach trait, but.
Should be another fairly even matchup, I would imagine, unless this is like just so bursty that I cannot comprehend for this stage. But yeah, neither player should have any problems at all with this approach rate. I mean, it's barely above 10, and both of these players are very good at, you know, just reading 10.3 on its own. So, yep, gonna be a jump map actually.
I think there's a few bursts in this, and I don't know if Fairy's gonna trip up on them because it's 237.
Right now, we can see a clear difference in kind of comfortability with this map. idke still holding onto that SS, while fieryrage still hanging onto the combo, but with considerably lower accuracy, almost 2% accuracy. idke does drop his SS, not gonna matter a whole lot here, still with like 20k score. Yeah, that gap is now starting to narrow a bit as fieryrage gets into the hang of. Keep in mind here, that is all completely meaningless if anyone finds it.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just saw that in the last map where Fairy had the higher act but still lost.
I would consider that to be one of the hardest parts we've seen so far, but both players hanging on with actually kind of minimal accuracy loss at the same time, so very well done to both of them. Ooh, Fiery gonna drop a lot of accuracy and his combo right at the end of that. idke now gonna start running away in terms of score with both an accuracy advantage. It's like a very big one.
That's a relatable miss right there.
Yeah,
like,
FC,
hit the hard part. Let's go, dude. And then he misses right after.
Kind of a, well, no, not really a similar. Fiery with an unlucky slider break, just like last time, but this time his accuracy is nowhere near matchable to idke's. idke just kind of having a ball here with 99.3%. Still holding on to that FC. Trying to make this a 2-0 with double FC.
He's got really good accuracy.
Yeah, like I said, he's a DT man now. And yep, idke gonna secure the second point on his own pick. 150, I don't know where that was, but he does indeed get the FC. Fiery Rage with an unlucky. And once again, despite the score difference, it was actually pretty close. If idke had slipped up anywhere before Fiery, then Fiery, I think, would have been able to take that one. Anyhow, idke now up 2-0. Fiery Rage with a chance to put a point on the board with his own.
Yeah, I think the main difference on that map there is kind of like you said in the beginning. There's a lot there was a visible comfort difference between these two players. That's a really good pick from idke. Fiery gonna go with low mod 4. It's minus plus. Just straight streams, I think.
Yep, pretty much, I think. Once again, a map very comfortable for both of these players. I believe this one is flow aim. Plus, Fiery picked it, so it can't be that fast. Yeah, 185 BPM, this is like a breeze for both of these players. This is pretty much just going to be RNG who accidentally slips up on a stream. I mean, it always is, but here more than most times.
I'm kind of doubting this pick a little bit. I feel like idke's really good at this.
I don't know, both of these players are like pretty much world renowned for having the best flow aim in the game, so I think this would be a safe pick for either of them in any other match but this one. Here, I think it's a little bit risky regardless of who picks. Just because you're at this like ceiling of skill. And here we go, streams, as you said, both players having no troubles at all. Both players holding onto the SS's as we enter the first jump section.
Yeah, dead even after that. SS's on both of them.
And that is what you call the best flow aim players in the
Yeah, it can get pretty tense though now, because the smallest of errors can actually matter so much here.
Yeah, like just one single 100 will shift the score. That is going to be deadly. Fiery Rage. Oh, but idke also finding a slider break, but idke, Fiery finding a... I didn't know about these.
I was gonna say, maybe you hit, maybe if someone hits some of the buzz sliders too early, but yeah, both of them getting slider breaks. We have a bit of a reset, but idke just have a bit of an accuracy lead, so he still has the lead. They're about tied on combo, so
yeah, at this point, it's basically just up to idke to hold on to his accuracy if he wants to win. There's nothing Fiery can really do besides hold on as best he can and hope that idke slips up somewhere, but as we've seen previously, it's probably... Score is still very close, though. Oh, and idke nailing that is pretty much going to secure the D. Once again, a very close pick, but in the end, idke going to come out on top from the accuracy advantage. I believe he got like 100 on the buzz slider, maybe 2.
yeah, well 50 because it was a break.
Well, yeah.
I think you said 150. Yep. No.
Oh no.
What?
100. He didn't even get a 50 on the buzz slider. Fiery Rage, a 100 and 250s from 2 buzz.
How does that work?
It's coming down to unlucky slider breaks. Every single neither player has actually missed a note yet. Both of them have S ranked
Yeah,
every
that's true.
single map.
Still no misses in this game. Hidden one out of idke. Idke, the hidden player. This one should be familiar to a couple of people. It used to be in OWC, so both of these guys know this pick pretty well.
Yeah, actually, both of these players did play this map in OWC. I can remember.
I doubt that idke played it with hidden though. I believe it was a free mod.
Might have. I think they both free no modded it, so maybe. Who knows?
But yeah, on the last map, I think I almost want to say that I feel like both of these players didn't practice that map, because those are the type of breath sliders that have really like wacky timing that is kind of arbitrary, and you can't really read it unless you know the timing. And they both got slider breaks on them, which makes me think that they didn't practice that, because I think anyone like on a sight read would probably break there and be like, okay, I need to learn the timing of these buzz slide.
That's possible, but they still did pretty well given that. Yeah, I should mention, despite the score being 3-0 in favor of idke, and idke with 2 breakpoints, this match is much closer than it seems.
Yeah, it's gonna be even closer after this. Idke hitting so many hundreds, hitting most of the map early. That's a
Fiery actually
a weird pick out of him, but
Fiery very comfortable on this one. 99.4. He's gonna slowly build that lead with accuracy advantage as idke's accuracy starts to improve. Still plenty of map to go. Yeah, for now, Fiery gonna sit comfortably 50k above idke. Of course, that will all change if he finds another unlucky slider break. We'll see what happens. Yeah, both players still holding the FC at the halfway point. Fiery 4% higher accuracy than... But, yeah, here's the beauty of...
We'll see if there's any misses, because this is still, I think, 8.5 hidden, right? So a lot of people can miss on about anything. I don't like that. I don't expect Fiery to miss, so I'm kind of questioning idke's pick on this. Again, I'm not sure what these guys are picking.
Oh, idke actually gonna find a miss. Yeah, this was kind of a blunder from him. Fiery just absolutely commanding this map. 99% accuracy, holding onto that FC. This one's pretty much sealed. Oh, and right as I say that, he finds a miss. I don't think it's gonna matter. No,
yeah, I don't think it will. He has the accuracy lead. He comboed most of the map, so it's good for Fiery to finally get a point on board. So this doesn't look like a one-sided stomp, because it's very clearly not. These matches, all of these maps have been really close. Like other than the first one, I think. Yeah, finally we get the first misses of the match. 4 maps in.
As well as the lowest accuracies. That is probably about the sloppiest map you will see this match. I'm fairly certain. It's not often you see idke with 96.86 on any.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the harder maps in the pool. It's one of those maps where you just have to be the type of player to like commonly play this, or else you're gonna struggle a little.
Yeah, and oh, Fiery gonna turn the table, picking DT. Now that is something, like a year ago, you would never have thought you would have seen. That man used to be permaban DT, play everything else and win. And no, he's actually going for it this time. Although I will point out this map is pretty much burst free, so that probably helps a little bit.
Yeah, it is really lengthy though. This is, I think, around 4 minutes with DT, right? It's also around 10.1 or 10.2 approach rate.
This one I know
DT, so
AR 8.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is just gonna be pretty much a consistency aim pick. A pretty high AR. I don't even think the BPM is gonna be too much of a problem for either of them. But once again, kind of like a comfortability indication. idke, oh, just as I say that, he drops his accuracy. It's still way too early in the map to see, but Fire a little bit behind in terms of accuracy. That'll probably end up smoothing out here once the map pick. Actually, yeah, idke dropping accuracy. And the map has barely even begun. So, after this is when the actual hard part comes. Not this part. This part's easy.
Yeah, it's worth noting this is OD8 DT. So it is fairly complicated at time, even though the rhythm so far is very straightforward.
Alright, now here we go. Now it starts to get a little bit aim heavy. Both players having absolutely no problem here. In fact, they're actually acting this section better than they were the easy section. But this is an aim map. At least, I think it's an aim map.
Yeah, there's actually been no hundreds since that part started. Both of them SS'd all of it.
Yeah, idke gonna be coming out of the first hard section with a slight accuracy. Both players nailing what I think is the hardest jump in the... I don't know, because I haven't played this in like 2 years. Ooh, bursts! I lied when I said this was burst free. It didn't matter, both players I think SS'd it.
Yeah, which is pretty good for
fair.
Fiery, because you'd expect him to drop maybe a couple of hundreds there, but he SS'd that pattern. He's still behind on accuracy here, but it's not too far behind. The point difference is only like less than 10k right now, so...
Yep, and still half of the map to go. idke now creeping into the 99 despite that early accuracy disadvantage. And he's gonna have a pretty comfortable score lead for a little bit here, but it's gonna... And slow right back down. Oh, idke has an A! How did that happen?
Well,
Well,
he's 4 combo behind.
he might have missed in the beginning and I didn't notice, or he
Yeah,
might
maybe.
just have a bunch of missed slider ends, or like 50.
Yeah, I think if you get, what is it? It's more than 1% 50s, you can't get an S rank.
Yeah, for now, just kind of smooth sailing for everyone. idke dropping his accuracy slightly, but fiery rage still pretty far behind, half a percent. I mean, that's only like 2 or 3. But yeah, time is running out for Fire. idke needs to do something rash soon if Fiery wants to win this. Oh, and Fiery dropping 2 100s there is not going to help his case.
I've actually seen idke drop a bit of accuracy on this little section here, though. Or not here, but overall, he did really good on the faster part, but all of his act drops are doing the slow section, so still a chance. Could also miss near the end.
Yeah, that is
Would
also
be enough to swing it, but
not looking like it's going to happen as this map is gradually coming to a very calm... Yeah, I think the end of the map is literally just the spinner, so idke gonna be taking yet another break point from Fiery, and once again, another extremely close score. 2 FCs, but idke's accuracy just too much for Fiery to handle. This spinner
spin to win.
is
This is
great.
the longest spinner I've ever seen, and this is a happy 30 spinner right there.
But yeah, idke did find a miss in the beginning of the map. But yeah, idke winning that one by 20k, 26k, and putting him at match point on his own. So not a good position for Fire to be. Not the end of the world either. It is, like, as we've seen, both of these players kind of doing very well on every pick practically.
Yeah, I do think both of these players have kind of been inting their picks a little bit. So even though it is idke's pick, I don't think that can mean much.
Maybe he'll go for another hidden. I think Fire.
I don't know why he hasn't played any hard rocks. I figured he would try to play
yeah,
hard
that is.
Yeah,
Oh,
beat him with
just as you say
accuracy.
that.
There you go. There's X.
Yeah, I was about to point out we haven't seen a single hard rock pick. We've only seen one band, but not X. Extreme. Kind of a streamy hard rock pick. wonderful playground for two flow aim masters.
Yeah, I'm not sure who to give the edge on this one, because, I mean, we've seen idke have higher accuracy, but I don't know. We'll see if they can both FC this.
Fiery gonna be missing right at the beginning, or was that the client? I think that, but yeah, Fiery gonna come into this with a slight accuracy and combo disadvantage. Like, oh no, it was the client, of course. But yeah, Fiery with a combo, no, not combo, accuracy disadvantage, which is now no longer disadvantage.
Pretty close still, yeah, maybe 102 apart. I think they just dropped a lot of the hundreds on the beginning when the sliders were.
Yeah. Fiery actually in the lead in terms of accuracy. Nope, never. They are pretty much tied here.
I think he did miss at the very beginning. He is a couple of combo behind. I'm not sure, but
oh well, then in that case, yeah, maybe. I think he might have missed just the first triple.
Yeah, something like that.
Would make sense. There haven't been too many sliders where you could miss that many sliders. But yeah, accuracy pretty much neck and neck here. idke with like a 5 combo. Oh, that's the end. That is tragic.
That's really sad.
Now idke with a 600 combo advantage as well as accuracy advantage. This one's
wait a minute.
Oh god. Okay, down to the last
advantage. So he still has the advantage.
Yeah, Fiery with a 50, like 80 combo advantage. There is a chance he could bring this. It's looking pretty slim here. Only about an eighth of the map, an eighth of the map left. And accuracy is not good enough to make this happen. Unless idke can pull some miraculous failure on this section, and it's not looking like that's gonna. Yep, idke gonna be securing this one 5-1.
Gonna get the score v2 win on that one. They basically only missed one pattern, but he missed it on a little later, so he does take the combo advantage. And along with it comes the game, so.
Yeah. Score is not as close as you might have thought it would have been, but I think all of those maps were pretty close. Even though idke in the end was better on all of them, basically. Of course, it's not the end.
idke only lost the one hidden map that fieryrage did really good on, but to be honest, that one was a really weird pick from him.
Yeah, well, in any case, that concludes this match. idke will move on in the winner's bracket. Fiery will be dropping down to the loop. And you can actually see who they will be facing next week. Oh yes, idke will be facing I'm a Fancy Lad next week. Fiery will be facing... Where did he go? Crystal.
I think Crystal already played.
Oh no, he'll be facing Badoo. What the heck? What?
Oh
what?
yeah, Badoo's and losers. That's right.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be a challenge. Oh man.
Okay, yeah, that is some unlucky tournament positioning. Go out against idke in the winner's bracket to face Badoo in the lower bracket.
I mean, to be fair, Badoo did lose really early on. I can't find the match because there's just too many matches in this bracket, but he lost to Freeze early on, so which is actually a pretty surprising victory, to be honest. Freeze went on to beat Hallowatcher as well.
Maybe he's just the next up-and-coming tournament god.
Yeah, that'll be it for these two players for the time being.
Yep, and it will also be it for us as commentators for now, because I got stuff. I don't know if there are any matches going to be streamed later. I think this is probably one of the last matches of the... So it is possible that this is the last match to be streamed. But anyways, we'll be signing off now.
Yeah, I think this is the last match we streamed until Tuesday. Tuesday, 2 rescheduled on Tuesday, I believe. So that will be it. So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. See you later on, whenever the stream goes back on.
Peace.